Welcome back. It is 6:41 this morning. All morning long, we've been telling you it is National Wear Red Day. That's the reason why you see so many of your media professionals donning this significant color. It is a way for us to raise awareness about heart disease and women's heart health. And wearing red is just one of the ways to really start the conversation there. And right now, we're going to start a conversation with our guest this morning, cardiologist Dr. Charles Bill. Dr. Bill, thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
All right, so women are at the center of the hour this morning. If everyone has a heart, why is there so much focus on women, particularly at this time? What are some of the disparities that we see between genders and maybe others?
Well, I think historically we've heard from men who say that they have chest pressure that goes down the arm, but women over time have been presenting differently with heart disease. Sometimes with a heart attack. Sometimes they'll present with bilateral arm pain, throat pain, jaw pain. And so by bringing awareness to it, we can help women get the care they need early and fast.
And it's
Other
not,
disparities, I'm sorry, you're saying.
no, please continue.
Other disparities go across all races and genders, and I think it's important that we focus on all people in our community to make sure that we're not missing heart attacks and we can get to them sooner and faster.
And it is Black History Month after all. I do have to point out that Black women are disproportionately affected by heart disease. Can you speak a little bit to that?
Sure. Not only are Black women affected by heart disease disproportionately, but they're less likely to receive CPR if they go down. And that's something that I don't quite understand. But when we talk about health disparities, we have to talk about access to health care. We have to talk about food that we get. You know, you might live in downtown Providence, but your closest place to get food is a Quick Mart or a small bodega, which is going to have ultra processed foods opposed to heart healthy foods.
And I love that you brought up some of the heart healthy foods. And one of the things that you mentioned there goes into food deserts where you may be miles away from the closest real grocery store. But let's bring it back to something that's really top of mind to people for this weekend, particularly the Super Bowl. We've got those snacks and we're looking at eggs particularly. Tell us a little bit about some of the good things to put in your body when it comes to heart health and some of the things that you may want to stay away from, like those saltier items.
Well, I think we all know what's good and bad for us. You know, the heavy salty food, the heavily processed meats, those are bad for us. The whole greens, green leafy vegetables, fruits, that's good for us. It's tough during the Super Bowl, but I recommend take it easy. Maybe eat a little less. You can dip into your cheese dip, but maybe only have a few dips, not 50.
And no matter how many times you take that chip into the dip, you want to get some exercise afterwards too, right?
Yeah. Yeah. So it's very important. The American Heart Association recommends 150 minutes of moderate exercise per week. What I tell people is just get out there. If you could do 20 minutes of just walking a day, when you get to there, then I recommend you start stepping it up. But start somewhere.
And last thing before we wrap up, we've heard a little bit of chatter about some of the best songs to do perform CPR to, and some of them recently are some of the Grammy Award winners, like Kendrick Lamar with "Not Like Us," also Chappell Roan. So, what are some of your tips when it comes to saving a life and heart health?
Well, the biggest thing is if somebody goes down, call 911 and start CPR. For some reason, bystander CPR numbers are still very low. So it's so important. Even if you do bad CPR, it's better than no CPR. You're not going to hurt them. And I think that's the biggest takeaway is that it's so important that we start CPR.
And we will not only start with this conversation, but we will continue to keep people aware of the importance of heart health, especially for women all throughout the day on this Wear Red Day.